Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to What You Say Poet. This is your girl, JRose, back in the building like we are every Thursday live on Facebook and YouTube at the Rose Garden events. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'm super excited to introduce to you today's guest. He's really dope. He's a screenwriter. He's an author. Was a poet, kind of steered away from that, and I'm really excited to talk to him because I'm so used to talking to poets all the time. I really want to dig into a writer that does something else. So without further ado, please welcome our new friend Merrick.
Young show, that was a very beautiful entrance.
Thanks. I do this. How are you? Thanks so much for joining me tonight.
I'm doing good. I just got out of work, to be honest, but other than that, I'm chilling. I'm happy.
Listen, grateful that you're working, right? A lot of people are home trying to figure it out. So at least, glad that you're working. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself because you've got a lot going on right now. So I'm really interested.
I do have a lot going on, to be honest. Right now, I'm working on I'm working on a novel. I'm trying to get it ready to publish and all that. So I've just been shifting my energy to get ready to try and make my little breakthrough.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, this is your fourth novel, right?
Yeah, only one is available right now because all the other ones need work. But I'm not really trying to keep my same focus as like a self-published author. I'm trying to shift my focus to trying to become but
published through a publishing company.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes. So you mentioned that you are self-published. What was that journey like? Was it surprisingly difficult or was it easy?
At first, it was difficult because it took a lot of research to figure out how I would do it, how I would go about. But I think the hardest was just trying to figure out my path as a writer and what I wanted to write about. Because I tried a little bit of everything, but I never really finished my work until community college, and that's where I finished my first novel. So she was like, all right, I want to keep doing this. And at that time, I was like, I'm going to continue writing mystery, but noir to be exact. And then after that, I started branching out and going into a bunch of different other genres.
So your first novel was a mystery novel.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what was the influence in going towards the mystery route?
I always wanted to do mystery, to be honest. I just never really could figure out what kind of mystery I wanted to do since there's a whole lot of types. And I remember I was watching Sin City, and I was like, all right, I want to do it like this, but I don't want to never do it like that. Then I looked it up what kind of mystery it was, and it came out to neo-noir, which is technically noir, but the old rules of classical noir doesn't exist. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do a mixture of both.
Yeah.
And that's where that came from.
Really? Now, what is your thought process behind character development? So tell me a little bit about your novels, because I know, are they all connected to each other? Are they like some Kurt Vonnegut type of where the characters kind of are infused into each other?
Yeah, my first two, the story itself is a very intertwining story. So all the characters meet each other and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the character development, I kind of played off of that, and I kind of played off of how each character affects each other when they're with each other, and then I also based it off of how the environment affected them as well, and how it affected their thoughts and what they felt about the city as well. And so it's a little bit of everything goes into the character development, the actions that they do if they feel bad for it because they had to, so they could get the information that they wanted and all that. So everything plays into my character development.
Are any of the characters that you've created like you?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, that's too crazy. That's too crazy for me.
So do you are any of your characters based on people you personally know?
No, they're all made up.
They're all made up.
They just come through me and I put it on paper.
Really? Hey, what's up, Marco? Thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to ask Merrick any questions. He is an author. He's working on his fourth novel. So you also are a screenwriter.
Yeah,
What kind of has you what are your plans to do with that? Are you writing any movies or plays or anything like that?
I already wrote it for a film. Um, I already written for. I will see. It started out as a film. Then I've helped with making a script. So I did like all the behind the scenes stuff from the shot list to the to like everything because someone needed help with this. So my friend put me on with them. So I was just like, all right, I'll help, whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that, then I did a script for a short film since that was a short film. And then now I'm making a TV show. I'm making a TV
Ooh.
show like the pilot for the novel that I have out right now.
Okay. Now, what is the difference between screenwriting and writing a novel?
The thought process,
Mm.
the thought process, because it's
What's
like
that like?
um, I would say it's like a lot of switching to be honest within thought processes because I want to say like film was more like you're like in writing you're putting the scene on paper, but like from to me from making that like a script, you're like looking at it in like different ways. It's like
Mm.
I don't know how to explain it because I remember. It's very different because it's like two different forms of writing. So it's just like, how do I go about thinking of it? When really,
What
like,
do
it's
you find more entertaining? Like, which do you like to do more?
I like. That's a tough one.
Ah,
You got me. I like to say I like screenwriting more because it challenges me because I can't put everything that I write into a script.
yeah,
That'd be like a 300-page fucking script. So
yeah, yeah. So you
I'm
have
kind
to
of
really be selective with your
yeah.
thought.
Yeah, so I like because I'm a very thoughtful person. I'm like a very methodical person. So I just like going because like when I write my script, when I write a script, if it's for one of my novels, I like to go through and like pick out all the like the important parts and all that stuff. So I guess I like that
Yeah,
methodical aspect, but then like writing will forever have my heart because I'm building worlds.
yeah,
Like I'm putting it on paper, I'm looking at paper, and just I'm just going with it. I'm letting this whole world come through me and be put on
yeah.
paper. So
All
it's
right.
different types of love
What are some of your favorite series, book series?
from me or other authors.
Other writers like that have influenced you or that you
Mm,
you admire.
I can say that the only thing I've admired was The Hidden Empire by Kevin J. Anderson because the description in that novel is beautiful. But other than that, I really don't have any outside influences and none of that because I don't like wait. I don't like to wait for that. I don't like to wait for inspiration and all that. I just like to.
Mm,
I want to put things in my own way. I want people to read a novel and be like, "This is Merrick's words. This is
yeah,
like." I don't want to be like, "Oh, he writes like this, like that, like that." Like, no, I want my
yeah,
own word. I want all that. So, like, I like to read, but what I'm reading now is philosophy.
mm,
So, when it comes to all
mm.
that, I don't like tend to stay away. I don't want to say stay away from it. It's just that like I want something that I don't want to contribute to my work. I don't want to contribute to. I don't want my work to contribute to anybody else's.
You don't want it to influence.
No,
Really?
I want to say anything that comes from me is because I did that.
Okay, okay. So it's all like original,
Yeah,
like thought process. It wasn't like you saw something and you want to do something similar just with your own twist.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what made you put poetry away? What was like? Why did you say peace out, poet?
I didn't. I didn't put it away. I just fell out of love for it because I shifted my gears. I was like, I want to
Mm,
write novels now. So I guess with the gear shifting is where I lost that touch. But I still want to do like one last poetry book. Well, I want to do one big poetry book before I be
yeah,
like, bye bye. This isn't my thing. But I know it's not my thing because it doesn't feel like my thing anymore.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. At least you explored that, which it led you to what you're doing now, which is great. Who's your favorite character in your novels?
Ooh, and all that. All right. So my first novel, I guess I don't want to pick favorites.
Come on. I know you got a favorite character.
My favorite character, not gonna lie, is the main character because he's a detective and like he kind of like blurs the gray areas all the time, and you'll think
Mm,
because like he's a detective, it's a noir novel, obviously, so the detective is
yeah,
still gonna have his ways, but like
he has
he
like a
take
dark side.
yeah, he has like a dark side. Like once he gets deeper into the story, you really see that dark side come out because later into that story, he loses his job as a detective
Mm,
because of some of the actions that he's taken, and so
mm.
like added that into his character at this
What's his
point,
name?
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
What's the
then
name of your first novel?
The Lost City.
The Lost City.
Hmm.
Oh, we gotta check that out, guys. The Lost City. We gotta see what's up with Sean, how he loses that job, because that sounds
That's
really,
not
really
out yet. It's
interesting.
coming out. But the one you want to read that's out is called Soil Grounds. Soil Grounds is like a little on the same thing, but it's not really because it's science fiction mixed with noir.
Ooh,
And with that, because some stuff I did like utopian and dystopian concepts mixed together, and like it takes place in the utopian city, and I did like the whole no crime aspect. And then the
yeah.
dystopian city is just like a city that's been forgotten about because they didn't want to progress as fast in technology as everybody else did, so they kind of like got pushed under the table. And then one day, the main character Luther, he finds a dead body in the city that supposedly has no crime.
No crime.
Yeah, and
Ooh,
then and
that
then
sounds really interesting.
I
So,
trained
who's your
this.
favorite character in Soil Grounds?
Um, I honestly don't really have one on that one because
Not
it's like
yet.
it's a novella, so I kept it short and sweet. So I never really got connected to anybody when I was writing.
Mm,
Because usually when I write a novella, it's to keep people reading until my next real novel comes out.
yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
if
wow.
anybody wants an interesting read, I would say get Slow Grounds because it's out right now. And like a lot happens within the 113 novella. A lot of things happen from like him
Really?
yeah, from him sending like the city into a descent when when because they originally weren't gonna say anything,
Yeah.
but later he's like, all right, I'm going to do this because his morality was eating him up, and so he reveals who did the crime, and then upon revealing that, it sends the utopian world into like a whole dystopian, where everything is like mass hysteria and all that stuff, and then it completely just
Oh,
turns into a dystopian.
shit. That's
Yeah,
a lot in 113 pages.
yeah, it is.
Where can we find that book?
Amazon, Lulu, www.lulu.com if you like the physical versions of it.
Dope, dope. Hey, Miss Carter, I see you watching. Shout out to Miss Carter over in ATL, showing love. Thanks for
I
tuning in.
love Atlanta.
Yes, I just got back from Atlanta a couple weeks ago. I was out there filming season 2 of the JRose Experience. But we're gonna talk about that. We could mention that a little bit later. We're gonna take a quick break to have a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be back and chop it up a little bit more with Merrick. Get those questions ready, guys.
I love questions.
J B-A-D-A, I rap every day, make it look so easy.
From the artist that brought you the debut solo album Gemini comes a new EP. Jay Bada presents his sophomore solo project titled Indian Summer, The Prologue. Written and produced during one of the most unique and impactful years of our existence, 2020. Check out this EP full of good intentions, positive lyrics, and a unique flow. Listen from your favorite streaming platform today. For more music from Jay Bada, follow him on IG at JBadaMusic. Hey, welcome back, welcome back. Shout out to Jay Bada and his dope EP. Make sure you check that out. All right, Merrick. So tell me a fun childhood story.
A fun childhood story. I have a lot of those, and they're all reckless. I feel bad. All right, so here's a good story. Back when I was younger, me and my friends used to play a game called which one I want to talk about? Dodge Acorn.
Dodge
So
Acorn.
yeah, so what that was like dodgeball, but outside our houses, we would take acorns, just throw it at each other.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
And then it was
Ow.
one of it was one of those games where your parents were like, if you get hurt, we're not gonna feel bad because
Oh,
and so I happened to be the one who got hurt because the acorn clocked me in the eye. So that's how
oh
that.
shit.
We also used to play a
Damn.
game called Dodge Rock too. So that basically like
Dodge
this.
rocks? Oh, y'all were just vicious.
It was fun though.
No, I listen, when I remember when I was a kid, I had a friend, a childhood friend, and they were playing Dodge the Rocks. I don't think that was the name of it, but they were definitely throwing rocks at each other. And he got hit in the head with one, and the rock sliced his head open, and like blood was gushing out. I was traumatized. You guys are
That's a good
crazy.
game right there. That's a good memory. That's a very good memory.
So, were you like a mischievous child growing up? Were you always getting in trouble?
I'm still mischievous now.
You still mischievous?
I'm a whole Sagittarius. That don't stop.
Oh Lord, not extra, extra mischievous. Did you play pranks a lot when you were a kid?
Not really.
So
I
you
just
must
talk a
have
lot of
had
shit.
like a really wild imagination as a child to be able to kind of have such a big imagination as an adult.
I'd say so because I always used to. I wasn't. There was never a day where I wasn't trying to write. Like I said, I just never really finished.
Really?
Yeah, I just never really finished my stuff until now,
How old were you when you started writing?
like middle school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that wasn't like the form of like trying to tell games. That was like the video games that I would play. I'm trying to like write a
Yeah.
story out of it. So that's where that came from. Trying to put a game I was playing on paper.
Oh, oh,
So,
oh, oh, oh.
if that makes sense, that's what that veered off of. And then like come like eighth grade, I was trying to write my own stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
come high school, fun fact, that's where the Lost City came from because Lost City was originally short stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you kind of put it all together and turned it into a novella,
No, that was a
so
novel. So grounds
a
the Lost
novel.
City is a novel. So that's where my first novel came from was a bunch of short stories put together.
Oh, wow. Now, what was the first when you started writing as a child? Where was it poetry or were you doing stories also?
Stories. But like the stories were something off of what I watched or something like that. So trying to
Yeah.
put what I watched and turn it into a story. Or like try to write the whole thing down as a story again.
Now, how did your family did they like recognize that interest in writing that you had?
Yeah, there my family was not early. Now they are because now I'm saying it because I'm actually serious about it. So
Yeah, yeah.
then I never really said anything back then, but now I am.
Oh, wow. And how do they support you now?
Now
Oh, there you go.
sometimes listen to my interviews too. So yeah, they're
Oh,
pretty supportive of it. They even went to
really?
my because I've also done a reading recent. And last year, January, I've done a reading. They came to that too.
Oh, that's really sweet though. That's good when you have like family to support. A lot of times that we don't, a lot of creatives we struggle with that.
That's yeah, it's sad, but
Yeah.
a lot of creatives do go through stuff like that. Parents, their families are really supportive, which is trash, but that's how that goes.
Yeah. Facts. Facts. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Merrick?
With school, I see myself doing like journalism, content writing for somewhere, while still trying to like pursue my career as a writer.
Mm,
I'm still pursuing it now, but like hopefully I'm where I want to be in the next 5 years because I'm doing all this now to prepare
yeah.
myself for the next 5 years. So hopefully everything falls into line, the stars fall on the line, and everything happens.
Yeah. What's your ideal content to write? What's something that you would really enjoy writing outside
Uh,
of the stuff that you write for yourself?
mm, I want to say I do enjoy writing other people's projects, so
Mm-hmm.
I charge for that too. So I charge for that because I usually like help
Oh.
people out with their thought process and all that stuff because they know I've been doing this for forever. So like outside of my schoolwork and outside of my work, I do like to write for. I do like to like help out other people. It's like their scripts and all that, or like if they have an
Mm-hmm.
idea about something, I like to write that down for all that for all them too.
What are you studying in school? What are you going to school for?
Journal English with the concentration in journalism and professional writing.
What?
Yeah,
That is crazy. What's one of the coolest classes you had to take?
um, ethics class in my community college. In my community college, they had the major of communications, which is everything in like a broader term. So I like it. from communications. You could be like radio, journalism, all that stuff. So I had like a media ethics class, and that class was basically about was teaching like the ethics of what you shouldn't do, what you don't do, and all that stuff. That was my favorite class because it was very informative.
Nice.
All my classes are interesting. The classes I enjoy the most are my philosophy.
Oh, no. I lost him. Where'd you go, Merrick? There you are. Hey, I lost you for a second. So tell me, what is something that you did in your life that you'll never do again? Oh, wait, hold on. You muted yourself. There you go.
I've done a lot of crazy things, but I wouldn't. Everything I would do again because I had fun.
Really? So there's nothing that you're like, I'm glad I tried it, but I'll never do it again.
No, everything I've done.
Ah!
I
All
don't want
right.
to look back. I'm not a person who looks back.
So
I'm
what's the
just looking
craziest
forward.
thing you've done that you think you had the most fun doing? Wow. It's that crazy you left the screen?
My craziest thing. My fucking girlfriend keeps calling me. That's the thing.
Tell her to wait.
Um,
You're being
about
interviewed.
to. About the craziest thing. Half of them is breaking the law, so I don't think I should talk about it on this.
Well, all right. How about this? I got a question.
As
Which character in your novels would you fight? Would you end up getting into a fight with?
none.
None?
None.
None of them get on your nerves? Like, oh, you get on my nerves. I want to fight you.
No, they're all crazy, so I wouldn't even say nothing to them. Those are the type of people where you see crossing the street and then you just cross.
So who's your scariest character?
Jonathan from the Lost City off the rip.
Jonathan
From the Lost City
from the
because
Lost City.
because he's those type of people who will do anything. He'll beat the hell out of someone just to do it. If it gets him what he needs, he'll do it. So there's nothing that he wouldn't do.
Wow. He sounds scary.
I wouldn't fight him. I would just cross the street because there's one of those people who always got a chip on their shoulder.
That's it. Like, I don't know him.
Like we would say, Black Air Force energy.
Black Air Force energy. Oh, okay. He's like one of those. He's just like anything goes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I had another question about your pursuit of journalism.
You want to know
What do
why I chose journalism?
well,
It's
really, like, what do you think journalism is missing that you can bring to the table?
honesty.
Mm.
What else? Transparency and all that stuff.
Mm. What's so important about? Why are those things so important to you?
Because if you can't be trusted, then how much weight does your words really have?
Mm-hmm.
And I just dropped a jet in my bag. Now I'm about to find another one, huh?
All right. Well, you know what? While you think about that gem, I'm gonna take another commercial break. Those of you that don't know, I am the host of the JRose Experience. It's a talk show that we just launched season 2, and we went to ATL and interviewed a bunch of poets. So episode 2 is out right now. So check it out. Here's a little commercial. Okay, so tune in on Tuesdays, new episodes. Episode 2 is out right now with Ambition the Poet and Sincere, two very dope poets. You know, we out here to put creativity on the map. It's super, super, super important. So Merrick, before we wrap up tonight, I know you took some time to think about this. All right. What is your final gem for the audience? You know, something that you want them to walk away with, a message from Merrick. Oh, wait. Sorry. Hold on. Go ahead.
I said, be your best self and
Mm.
don't care about the words of others. And trust yourself, trust your work, and trust the step that you take every day.
Mm.
That was more than one. Now you owe me a jump.
That's facts. I do owe you a gem. But you heard it from Merrick. Please trust yourself. Be the best that you are, the best you that you can be. I am a big believer of trusting the process for sure. Sometimes things don't always work out the way you planned, but that's because it's not your plan. So you just gotta trust the process, trust the universe. As long as you're pursuing your purpose, you good, right?
You got it.
So, Merrick, please tell the audience where they can find you and where they can purchase any of your books or any projects that you put out.
You could find me at Merrick's Books on Instagram. That's MERRICK with the SBOOKS. And then where to find my work, you can find it on www.lulu.com. That's LULU. Or you can just go on Amazon, just type in my name, then you'll find it there. That's my work.
There you go. Make sure you follow him. Get that book. I'm really like interested in these detective books and these mystery books. It sounds really, really cool. So make sure y'all go head over to Amazon and Lulu and all those websites and make sure you copy yourself a copy of one of his books. Thank you so much. And of course, guys, thanks for tuning in over here at the Rose Garden events on Facebook and YouTube. Please follow us, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Support. I'm your host, JRose. You can follow me at My Crumble Thoughts on the gram. And like I always say, guys, make sure that y'all keep growing. Peace out, y'all.